Did you know the story of how Abram rescued Lot starts with a war of 9 kings? Indeed, it all began when 4 kings decided to challenge 5. On one side, we had Amraphel of Shinar, Arioch of Elasar, Kedorlaomer of Elam, and Tidal of Goyim. On the other, Bera of Sodom, Bersha of Gomorrah, Shinab of Admah, Shemeba of Zeboyim, and the king of Bela. For 12 long years the 5 kings had been under Kedorlaomer's rule. However, in the 13th year, they decided enough was enough. They rebelled. They gathered their forces in the valley of Siddim, also known as the Dead Sea Valley, and stood their ground. But in the 14th year, Kedorlaomer and his allies struck back. They defeated the Rephites in Ashtaroth Karnaim, the Zuzites in Ham, the Amites in Shaveh Kiriataim, and the Horites in the hill country of Seir, as far as El Paran near the desert. After their victorious battles, they turned back and went to En Mishpat, which is known as Kadesh. Here they conquered the whole territory of the Amalekites, as well as the Amorites who were living in Hazazon Tamar. The king of Sodom, the king of Gomorrah, the king of Admah, the king of Zeboyim, and the king of Bela, who is also known as Zoar, were not to be deterred. They marched out and drew up their battle lines in the valley of Siddim. This was a showdown of 4 kings against 5. However, the valley of Siddim was full of tar pits, and during the battle some men fell into these pits, while others fled to the hills. The 4 kings seized all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their food. Then they went away victorious. But there was a significant consequence of this war. Abram's nephew Lot, who was living in Sodom, was carried off along with his possessions. The war ended with Lot and his possessions being carried off, since he was living in Sodom. But how did Abram respond to his nephew's capture? A question that leads us into the heart of our tale, the story of Abram's daring rescue mission. Upon hearing the distressing news of Lot's capture, Abram did not sit idle. Instead, he rallied his forces, gathering 318 trained men born in his own household. A formidable force. These men were more than servants. They were his family, his tribe, his people. United by blood and loyalty, they were ready to risk everything to rescue one of their own. The rescue mission was not a hasty charge into enemy territory. No, Abram was a strategist. He understood the value of planning, of waiting for the opportune moment to strike. The darkness of the night was his ally, a cloak under which he could move unseen, undetected. As the rest of the world slept, Abram divided his men, an unexpected move that would give them the advantage they needed. And then, under the cover of night, they attacked. The captors, caught off guard, were routed. Abram's men pursued them, driving them as far as Hobah, north of Damascus. The enemy was defeated, their ill-gotten gains left for the victors. But the spoils of war were not Abram's primary concern. His nephew Lot was his main priority. Amidst the chaos and the confusion, Abram found Lot. His nephew was safe, unharmed. Along with Lot, Abram recovered all the possessions that had been taken, every last item. But it wasn't just about the material goods. It was a matter of honor, of justice. Abram had not only rescued his nephew, but also restored what was rightfully theirs. Abram's rescue mission was a testament to his strategic prowess, his courage, and his unwavering commitment to his family. He was not a man to be trifled with, a lesson that his enemies learned the hard way. So Abram didn't just rescue Lot. He also recovered all the goods, showing his strategic prowess and bravery. What happened after Abram's successful rescue mission? In the wake of the daring rescue, Abram, laden with victory, was met by 2 kings in the valley of Shaveh. The first was the king of Sodom, who had just seen his kingdom saved from the clutches of Kedorlaomer and his allies. The second was Melchizedek, the king of Salem, a man of peace and a priest of God Most High. Melchizedek, with the grace befitting his role as a priest, brought out bread and wine, symbols of hospitality and fellowship. He blessed Abram, acknowledging him as favored by God Most High, the creator of heaven and earth. Such a blessing was not just a mere formality. It was a divine recognition of Abram's faith, courage, and the righteousness of his cause. In gratitude and recognition of Melchizedek's authority, Abram gave him a tenth of everything, a tithe, as was customary in those times. The king of Sodom, perhaps out of gratitude, or perhaps with a political motive, offered Abram all the goods recovered during the rescue. "Keep the goods for yourself," he said. "Just give me the people." However, Abram, a man of unwavering integrity, refused to accept anything from the king of Sodom. He had sworn an oath to the Lord, God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, that he would not take even a thread or the strap of a sandal from the king. Abram was determined that his wealth would not be attributed to anyone else, especially not the king of Sodom. He would accept nothing but what his men had eaten and the share that belonged to his allies, Anna, Eshcol, and Mamre. In this, we see the character of Abram shine through. His bravery and strategic prowess in rescuing Lot were undeniable, but in the aftermath, his integrity and unwavering devotion to God were what truly set him apart. His actions served as a powerful testimony to his faith and his commitment to living a life pleasing to God. In rescuing Lot, Abram demonstrated not just his bravery and strategic prowess, but also his integrity and devotion to God.